All right. So when last we left off, the Fellowship of Chilisad had delivered the Tritons and the captive citizens of Ornidia, including the King Mycantor and the Queen Alethea, from the grasp of the dark god Benthus, who also was the patron of one Angvor Trunt. You had ventured to the Sahuagin city of Zanana and had fought an avatar of Benthus before making your way to the spire, which lay in the center of Zanana, into a secret room where the actual Benthus himself lay behind a door that was open through a globe of the oceans. You again made your way out after defeating this persona of Benthus, and you returned to the Colosseum where the Tritons you had freed had found other Tritons that were being held captive, and then from there you guys teleported, thanks to Aurelia, to Ornidia with Queen Alethea and King Mycantor, and you discovered that the Tritons that you had saved from the island off the coast of Port Damali had also returned home, and some of them were beginning to resettle Ornidia. You watched King Mycantor banish and exile Orphea from the kingdom, and you guys decided to go to Port Damali to continue your adventure. There you did a little bit of shopping. Yep, bought some magic items, bought some potions.
Glasses.
Yeah, Girthing brought some fancy glasses. Erdak bought a new bowstring, and you guys then made your way to the Temple of Sarenrae because Wilfred wanted to basically use it. Basically wanted to do something there. There you ran into the old priest of Sarenrae, Magnus, who you encountered way back when in Euthyderm, and he discussed, talked a little with you guys, and then Wilfred had a vision of a green dragonborn outside of Veluth. But yeah, that's where we begin tonight's session. Is you guys are trying to figure out what to do next. Are you going to stay in Port Damali? You're going to go to Guardon? Are you going to go back to Veluth? What is the consensus of the party?
Well, Asher did tell me whatever spell he had to cast, I guess, for that teleport.
Recall.
World of Recall, I think. He's going to try to do that.
Okay.
Or at least.
You said Word of Recall?
Yep.
Okay.
I think it's like a 6th level spell or something.
Okay.
Really large.
Well, we can get back here pretty easily, it sounds like then.
Yeah. If we're somewhere where there's a temple. Veluth might have one.
But Guardon would probably be on our way to Veluth. To a point, at least. I mean, Guardon is inward from Port Damali and up the river here.
In this green dragonborn that Asher saw or Will saw, I guess it told us. Is that the one that we met a long time ago?
Yes. So he had originally told you that he was actually against the cult of the Caustic Heart, and that he was trying to strive against them.
So the Green Dragonborn was against the cult of what?
The Caustic Heart.
There was Wuxia and Nazgrin and Leirong.
The Dragonborn.
That we killed, that were under the Mind Flayer. I can't remember the guy's name anymore.
No, that's another one of their brothers.
Talking about Tiamat?
Yeah.
They were worshiping.
They were worshiping Tiamat, but I think there was like mind control somewhere. But maybe not. Maybe I'm getting my life crossed. Ignix, that's maybe. Is that what that guy's name is? That was the newest guy.
Yeah, that's me.
He was doing mind control disguise. He had a bunch of people mind control.
Yeah. Valkyriel, I guess was his name. Maybe not.
Yes. You said Valkyriel?
Heir to the Draconia throne. Green dragon.
That sounds right.
Great. So we could try to figure out what he's up to, I guess. One of our things.
Yeah, I think getting to Guardon to see can't remember the person's name. Yeah.
Oh yeah, she had a quest.
Yeah, that's kind of
that could be
the
fun.
closest option, and it can kind of put us on our way to other things as well.
And if it's out of the way, we don't have to do it.
Yeah.
Right away, but at least we'll know what she wants us to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
So off to Guardon we go,
The Gordon.
down the yellow brick road.
right.
War.
right.
Yes, and we don't have any other business in
Port Molly.
Port
Not that I'm
Tamale.
aware of, no, I mean, this is just a stop to fuel up and, basically just resupply, it's a place that we knew of, I think, and knew we could find rest here, yeah.
For a night.
I agreed.
We did our shopping. Heading on. I guess Aurelia probably wants to head back and help, or
Yeah, so she indicates, so she tells you,
you got a lot of work to do.
yeah, Fellowship of the Chili's said, I thank you very much for your assistance in freeing my mother and father and delivering my people. However, there is much work to be done restoring Ornighty as well as collecting the citizens that were scattered across the seven oceans. I think this is where our paths at this point diverge.
But what about, Iris is gonna speak up and say, what about you and Angvor?
Straight up.
She blushes and says, unfortunately, there are duties that are stronger than the pull of the heart.
And I will look at her and say, Aurelia, it's been an honor to help you on this quest and get to know you better and to help free your people. I do truly hope that all your people get back home safe and you can rebuild Ornidia to its previous splendor. And I know one day we will see each other again. I'm not worried about that. We have grown as a group and grown together and just had a good time over these past few months to about a year, just traversing Wild Mountain, helping people out. I will then see if there's anything I want.
Yeah, do you want to offload a loot?
I have too much.
Take this copper piece to
Yeah.
remember me by.
These dwarven boots of holding or of strength.
I'll hand her. I have a shard of a purple gem. I'll
Okay.
hand her that and say this something to remember me by. It just reminds me of you.
All right.
And I'd like you to have this.
All right.
If you want to keep it, it reminds you.
I could try to break it.
Is it like a magical gem?
I don't know. It's
Especially
a very small. It's like a shard of a purple gem, so it's not like a full one. It's like probably like a small size.
monster and killer and sleep or something.
She says, "Thank you, Angvar Trut. I will treasure this, and if ever you wish to return to Ornidia, you and all your companions are more than welcome."
We do appreciate it.
And she will give you your party 610 gold, 64 electrum, and 62 silver, and 42 copper.
Nice.
Like-
Love her money.
Like it was a one-sided transaction.
For robbing you blind. Well, safe travels to you, and I'm sure we will meet again one day.
I'm sure we will as well. And she will then wait for a long rest so she can teleport home. But
Like when you say goodbye and you walk. in the same
It's like-
direction. Goodbye. Oh, okay. Well,
Well, yeah, and then we'll head off and try and find our way back to Guardon.
all right. So yeah, so I brought up this map over here so you guys can see. So Guardon is up here. This is Guardon.
Yeah.
And Port Damali is down here.
Yeah.
right? So you are going to have to either go overland this way, or you're going to have to sail around sort of Palma Flora and the whatever that the Vizdali Peninsula over here to sort of to get to Guardon.
Yeah, so I mean, well, I'm not sure what you guys are thinking, but I mean, we'll have a map out. I know we have a map somewhere. Well, I mean, I know we could either take a ship from here, which could go around the Cape of whatever this is, and go up to Port Tamale directly, or we could go by land. Not sure really which one would be fastest. But
Quicker, yeah. Well, and Xenotros, I guess, is still
he's here, I think.
away. We left.
Oh,
Yeah, he's sailing back from Zanana.
but we could definitely charter a ship from
We
Port
could pay
Tamale.
somebody else.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what is going to be the quickest option, but what do you guys think would be best?
Well, I would think that sailing would be quicker,
Yeah,
although it is kind of a more roundabout
yeah.
path. Do we all have like mounts?
We could
No,
get Mount.
we could definitely find probably some horses here or
Whatever beast they
Oh,
use.
Yeah, wildebeest.
We have been in the water and on the water a whole lot
That's
recently.
Yeah.
what I was thinking. Good to stretch the
Canonically,
old land legs.
Yeah.
canonically, I think Will is seasick every time.
Yeah.
he's on the boat.
Well, yeah, I mean, let's go see if we can find a stable or
All right.
somebody rent us some horses or
Okay.
let us.
All right. Yeah. So you guys make your way down into sort of the more
Rent them.
yeah. So you guys can make your way sort of down into what? Yeah. I mean, it's simple enough to find a stable. There are stables in Port Tamale.
And before we leave Ayaris, we'd like to learn the teleportation circle for the city so you can return.
Okay. It is so the one that yeah, so there are actually multiple teleportation circles that
In the
you
city.
could in the city. Roll a history check for me, ARS, real quick.
First roll the night.
Because there's the one on the island that you guys arrived on in the abandoned lighthouse.
Mm-hmm. History is a 20, dirty 20.
Okay, all right. So with that, you would know that there is one in sort of the Marquis Palace, as well as there is one in the Cobalt Soul archive that is here in Port Tamale. So you can go and try and learn those if you want to, or you can go to the island and learn that one if you want to.
I would just go local. I don't want to go to the islands. Maybe the Cobalt Soul. And
Okay. All right. So you guys arrive at the the archive of the Cobalt Soul. And so let me so I think first. So you guys see this sort of this so it's sort of a so as you sort of arrive at the sort of the archive of the Cobalt Soul, it's a actually the library of the Cobalt Soul. It's sort of a large sort of fenced in sort of compound, right? So this is again, you're not so much in a this isn't so much like a library as it is sort of a think of like almost like a nunnery or like a barracks or sort of like what it's like is it's like a an embassy really. So it's sort of walled in. You have sort of it's several large buildings, one sort of large bell tower that sort of hangs over, as well as some ornate sort of beautiful beautiful libraries that are sort of made of these mahogany antique wood. Sort of as you approach several members of the Cobalt Soul sort of walk out.
Books aren't really my thing.
So ARS will just kind of walk in and and sort of start.
Mhm.
I guess, and would he be familiar with this place or not?
Well, with the Dirty 20, sure. Yeah, I mean, you know, it's in the bell tower. So, but as you begin to approach sort of the bell tower in the, you are sort of accosted by two guards. Say, halt, halt! Only members of Cobalt Soul are allowed to enter into this inner sanctum.
I guess we're not members of the Cobalt Soul. I'll just say,
We know a member, don't we?
I don't know, do we? So I would just say, oh, excuse me, fine sir. We were here hoping to find a safe place to return to on our travels, and I was wondering if we may be able to gain access, or what it would take to gain access to the teleportation circle you have in the bell tower. We've known many Cobalt Soul members, although one is not with us today.
Make a persuasion check for me, please.
Or maybe it's Cerberus assembly.
Um,
We definitely met a lot of them.
There's so many of them, I can't remember.
That's pretty good, actually. My persuasion isn't good. So that's an 18.
18. So the guy sort of looks at you and he says, I'm sorry, it's only for official Cobalt Soul business. I would need some sort of written approval from a expositor or some sort of higher up, someone higher up. And it's, again, you guys look like honest folks, but it's just, that's above my pay grade.
I'll put on my shades and then mention or like motion for whoever has the Yelp review from King Triton.
King Mycantor.
I'll say I completely understand, fine sir. Sorry to bother you. We'll come back another time when we have our friends with us. And then I'll leave and cast invisibility and try to stealth back in.
All right, so how are you? Where are you casting invisibility?
So I would leave, and then I mean it's good for an hour. So I would leave and find like a dark, secluded spot, and I would do it there, and then come back.
You probably would have to leave the compound, but it's easy enough to do once you sort of get out in the alleyway. And so you cast invisibility. Can I just have a stealth check with advantage to get by these guys?
Yeah. 2 17s, natural 17, so that's a 32.
32. All right, so you sort of head out into sort of the main area of the sort of the main area of Port Tamale. They quickly sort of lose you in the crowd. You sort of cast invisibility on yourself, and you sort of duck behind sort of like a car or wagon that's sort of been stopped. You sort of begin to move back in. You quickly move through sort of the open gate that's still open since it is the daytime. You make your way through. You slide past the guards. You sort of make your way up the sort of the stairs, scamper up the stairs, these long stairways. Even sort of pressing yourself against the wall as people coming down. Are sort of making their way down, and you reach sort of this upper chamber where sort of one lone mage is sort of going around, sort of lighting some sort of like signal candles or signal fires.
So I'll I'll quietly memorize the circle or take notes, whatever I need to do, and so I can get back.
Easy enough to do. Just do another. You do another stealth check with advantage.
That is a 30.
30. All right. You again make your way quickly back down the stairs, past the guards, and out into the compound.
I'll go back to the party and said, yeah. Once I went back and I mentioned Wilfred's name, they let me right in. No problem.
Once you find out, you gonna learn what you need to know.
Well, we can go back to the Cobalt Soul anytime we want from any other location. Although our greeting may not be too welcoming, they may be a little surprised, but I'm sure they'll understand.
Well, depending on the situation, it might be better than
Yeah.
location.
We get
All right.
cool.
So what are you guys doing
We're in
now?
the stables now.
All right. So you make your way down to the stables. And again, it's pretty easy. Again, you're sort of making your way into the tumble downs now because generally speaking, they don't want horse manure and smell of livestock in sort of the more upscale areas of Port Tamale. So you make your way sort of to the tumble downs. Again, easy enough. Once you there's like a whole line of stables. You sort of pick one, you sort of head in, and so there's sort of this big sort of long bugbear who's sort of brushing down sort of a large sort of stallion. He looks at as you come in. May I help you?
We're looking to rent a number of steeds.
Steeds. Okay. Yes. How many steeds you want?
Thieves or steeds?
How many steeds you want?
Five of
Two,
them.
3, 4, 5, 6.
Five?
No, 5.
5 of them, I think.
Five? Five.
Yeah.
That would be at least be 5 silver pieces.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean that's easy enough. I definitely.
All right. How long you want them for?
Um,
How long does it take? 2 months?
Thinking
a few weeks.
a few weeks, something like
A few
that.
weeks? Okay. Um, maybe 1 gold piece per steed.
Hmm. All right. Well,
Fair enough.
I think that's fair game. I hand over gold from Aurelia's gift.
Yeah.
All right. So he gives you 5 gold. Basically you can rent them, and you'll have that. You're allowed to rent them for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And I guess if we don't return them, what's your policy?
He sort of looks at you and he says,
Always good to read the
Questions
contract.
not to ask.
well, we'll send some repossessors after you to return our stolen goods."
Yeah. We'll
You
see.
good man.
All right. Well, I appreciate
I
your
want that to happen.
work here. I think we're off. Thank you for the mounts. We're on our way to bigger and better things here.
Okay. Have a good day.
You too.
So you guys sort of pull up sort of five sort of, again, these are quite nice horses. There are, I mean, they're not gonna be like a king's mount, but they are, again,
Good health.
Port Tamale is a big trading hub. Basically anything you want you can get. And so there's a large sort of chestnut mare. There's one sort of red mare. There's a white stallion, and there's sort of a black horse. And there's a brown horse.
I jump on the white one.
All right.
The color scheme's changed.
Make haste, Shadowfax.
Exactly.
The reddish one's more of a brown, probably, but
Mhm.
closest to my color.
I'm going to jump on the brown one and then cast disguise self and make me look like Gandalf.
All right, so he hops on the brown one, and then you all of a sudden see a tall, white bearded mage sitting on the white horse, or brown horse.
I'll
Sorry.
cast disguise self and make myself look like Legolas.
All right. Now instead of a purple tiefling, a wood elf is riding the white horse.
Disguise and spells.
I'll make myself look like Smog.
An hour too.
I know.
Yeah.
They're nice. It's pretty
Nobody
good.
can. It's probably a good idea. We don't. I mean, I guess we're out of the stables a little bit. For
Yeah.
horses.
Well,
All right.
off the road, I think.
Yep.
I think so.
I don't know how far Wardon is on a horse's back, but shouldn't be too far.
It's probably about a 2 days ride.
Yeah.
1 second, like for something. As you guys are making your way so towards it's probably so as you're making your way up, you will sort of pass by the sort of the Titan byway, and you'll go through the Silt Basin Pass. So again, as you guys are sort of making your way through these new sort of places, can I just have you guys make a I have you guys make a perception check as you guys make your way on this first journey.
Got a 19.
19, all right.
16,
16,
21.
21.
6.
All right, so 6. All right.
My wisdom is
So as you guys are sort of making your way up, sort of you need to sort of make so again, Port Tamale is sort of on this like almost like an isthmus, not isthmus, but like a peninsula kind of jutting out into the ocean, right? And it's got water on 3 sides, and you guys need to make your way up the peninsula. And at first, things are pretty sort of calm, pretty normal. You're still in very civilized areas, but you're no longer in sort of a major city. You're now sort of navigating sort of through outlying villages, little by little, the space between the villages begins to widen, and you guys begin to make your way up, sort of into the more and more of the sort of the wilderness of Menagerie Coast. And this is still a pretty well traveled area, particularly because this is a again particularly this is a well traveled area, particularly because this is a major thoroughfare between Port Tamale, Guaradon, and sort of in the trading on the Menagerie Coast. However, as you guys begin to sort of make your way, sort of up through sort of making your way up, sort of at the end of the day, you guys see sort of a large, sort of creature beginning to make its way towards you. It's sort of like it's a little bit like a dragon, but it's not quite.
Is it in the air or is it on the ground?
It's on the ground. So yeah, so there's sort of like this large sort of lizard-like dragonoid, we'll say, creature sort of making its way sort of generally towards walking towards sort of the route which you're going to take as you guys are sort of looking down from a sort of an outcrop.
You guys see that?
I'm gonna pop out my familiar to have him take a closer look.
All right. So what is your familiar as an owl, correct?
Yeah, owl.
All right. So you sort of begins to sort of fly down, and as you're sort of making your way down, you see what looks like a multi-headed sort of monstrosity. Maybe it's got about 7 heads of dragon, sort of making its way sort of towards a sort of a small caravan of people. Again, this is a hydra that is approaching the route which you're going to take.
And and the Hydra's approaching the people. It looks like they're on the other side. And what are the people doing? I mean,
so yeah, so the people are again, so yeah, so as it sort of swoops down, sort of soars down off, you're sort of in the dock and you see sort of a caravan sort of in the distance. You see the Hydra sort of moving. As the owl sort of flies down, soars through the air, sort of skimming the clouds. You see the people, and they are sort of looking at sort of as this Hydra sort of coming up from sort of there's a lake, on the way between sort of between Guaradon, between the Silt Basin Pass and Port Tamale. There's sort of a lake, and this Hydra sort of making its way up out of the lake, and as it does so, the people begin to sort of run and scatter. They're sort of abandoning their goods and sort of again this is large sort of as this large monstrosity begins to make its way towards their caravan.
And I assume we're approaching. So we're approaching it. Can we tell if the Hydra is going after as the people scatter? Does the Hydra seem to be following the people or still going to the water?
So yeah, so it's coming up out of the water.
It's coming up out of the water.
Yeah, it does appear. It appeared that it was going to try and sort of, the people are going like this, right? And the Hydra is sort of going like this to cut them off. And they've sort of abandoned sort of their stuff, and they're sort of beginning to sort of abandon their supplies.
People are there?
What?
How many people did you say there are?
Probably 7. 7 and 10.
Is there a way to skirt around it and let the Hydra take them so we can pass by?
Yeah, you can do that. Yeah, that's possible.
This is all just going through my head. I'm just thinking, we could probably go around on the other way while the Hydra eats them.
Diversion.
So,
We have fought a Draco.
and then I'll speak out loud. I'm like, you guys,
Yeah, anybody-
you guys want to maybe see if we could help those people out?
We can't let the Hydra have them.
Yeah,
We need to do.
yeah. I would never let that happen.
Anyway, have you tried Hydra meat? It's kind of like tough, but it actually has an interesting flavor to it.
Yeah.
They say it tastes a little like chicken.
Mm-hmm.
Have you bought one of those things before?
We
I'm not buying for them,
didn't
no.
fight a false Hydra that like was an actual Hydra,
There's a dragon once, I think.
or they told us it was false, and they're like, "Oh yeah, it's a fake Hydra," and then it was like, "No, it's a real." Or maybe it was the other way.
I don't remember that part.
Yeah, I agree, we should, see what we could do to help at least, because
Yeah.
people look like they're not gonna last long on their own.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, let's ride
so
down.
yeah, so I guess we'll accelerate and start riding down there to help out.
Dawn of the fourth day.
All right, so
We have to wait for the sunrise to
Yeah.
come up behind our backs.
Yeah.
Though.
okay, all right, all right. So you guys sit there for another 12 hours.
It is 17 hours.
Yeah. It's like, why didn't you help earlier? What we thought would be really cool was the sun.
The cinematic effect. Come on.
Alright. Right.
Yeah, and as we're riding, I'm gonna go ahead and cast Summon Fae at
Okay.
4th level.
Okay, what are you summoning?
The Trixie Fae.
Okay. Okay, do you mind describing the Trixie Fae again?
It's a small little sprite with a Cheshire grin on his face, and he's like, this should be fun, Hydra. I bet you, I haven't played with one of them in a while. Of course, last time it didn't end too well.
All right, so as
So,
you guys been to sort of ride down, why don't we get a little bit of a image of what this looks like?
Yeah, why do we do this? There's 200-foot cliffs on either side.
Second,
We did fight something at one point that had almost had Hydra in its name. Might have had a lot more people.
sorry, no.
He told me specifically to not cast any healing spells. He's going to like spam like level 1 or
He's gonna spam what? Thaumaturgy.
yeah, he's going to upcast thaumaturgy as many times as he can, and just the first
Cast
hour of the day.
Sunlight in the middle of the daytime.
All right, so, allow me to.
Small.
All right. Okay. All right. All right, so I'm sending the add player thing to the Facebook. And hopefully I'll make this work.
We bought a Draco Hydra on February 10th.
Nice.
Oh, great. That's actually seen by Will. Is that it today? Yeah.
Yeah, that's today's.
Oh, looks like yesterday's.
Okay, here you guys are.
Wet Drider.
All right.
Off-brand Strider.
Condor.
That time.
Okay.
If we can freeze. He's trying to.
That's right.
Oh, gotcha. Gotcha.
All right. Site enable. There we go. All right, so that's where you guys are. So there's Angvor, there's Aoris. Here is
Not the ocean anymore because it's like
No, I know.
Erdak.
Different environment.
Here is Wilfred. And here is person. All right. Then you guys probably cannot see at the moment. The
You can see the Hydra yet.
yeah. Get off. Oops. So there is our Hydra. And so yeah, we'll start. So we're gonna start this fight off, probably farther away. So I need to do a little bit of there.
Human.
Is Wilfred's there? So somebody
Will's
more?
here. Yeah, I'm not in there yet on our screen.
No, you're not. Oh, you're not in there. Shoot.
We're going to you, I think. Or unless I'm underneath somebody. Oh, no, they were in.
All right. So we're gonna start the fight with you guys are gonna have play a longer range attack.
Yeah.
But so as you're sort of starting off, so all right, yeah. So as you're sort of looking down on this creature, and to arrange yourselves as you would like, you guys probably can scoot back a little bit, like maybe to over here, let's say.
No, yeah, you use your mouse too. Oh,
How to speed?
Yeah,
Especially to the back.
I'd want to be closer. I'd want to be
Okay.
good. So, I mean, I don't know how if we can arrange ourselves where we want. I'd probably be more like, whoop, not that close.
Whoa.
Probably like here.
Okay. All right.
I'm assuming, I mean.
Yeah. So again, so you're sort of coming over the hill. You're sort of looking down on this creature as it's sort of approaching this caravan. Yeah. So what are you guys doing as you begin this
He's
ascent?
on the other side of the water, then, isn't he?
Yeah.
Broken bridge between us.
Yep.
Is there a good way to measure things here, or do we just count?
Counting.
Okay.
I think I don't know.
One's
if there's
5 feet, right?
yeah. Well, there's no like tape measure thing where you can.
Talking about 20-ish away now.
Mhm.
That would be 100 feet, right?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. And as far as the Fae's gonna go after I go, right?
Yeah. So let's also have people roll initiative.
Should I roll for the Fae, or should I just have them go after I do?
You can roll for the face since there aren't going to be a lot of people rolling this time.
So I get 12 and
All right. So let's start off with 25 to 20.
22.
23.
Nice. Nice.
The 23 was Urdak.
Yep.
22 is Angvor.
I'm sorry.
22, yeah.
20 is Aris.
Yep.
And then Girthing.
18. I thought I did
Wow.
well.
Nice. I did. And the Fae got 13.
Watch
All
it
right.
roll like a 20, so I still go
Did
last.
did somebody roll for Wilfred?
I don't know what he adds.
Okay.
It's Dex. I rolled a 16 on the dice. And he probably has a 0 or +1 or
I have
something
no idea.
to his Dex. We can look it up on
Yeah.
D&D Beyond.
That's probably not accurate because he does it on the.
He might. I think he keeps it up to date.
This is +1.
+1, so he got a 17.
All right. So we got 17.
12.
That's close enough.
D&D Beyond has him as a 3rd or level 13. But I can't-
All right. So up first, Urdak. What are you doing?
Gosh, this power's spell. I'll take
That one doesn't work. This one better.
one of my sweet.
I believe so. Yeah.
I don't know how our horses got in the island.
There's a lily pad there.
There's another bridge that's not pictured.
That too, yeah.
I'm gonna just move a little ways forward-ish. 1, 2, 3. Then I'm gonna take a shot at him.
All right. Go for it.
That's a 7 or 18.
18 hits.
Now we're gonna have another head.
Is he still at max HP?
He is. Yes.
All right, 5 points of electric and 9 points of piercing,
Nice.
All right.
and then I will fire at him again.
All right. Go for it.
That is a 15.
15 does not hit.
All right, and I'll just stay there for now.
All right. Angvor is now your turn.
I think this one's me.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So when my horse, as in good old Legolas fashion, I will continue my stride down here. another 30 feet. All the while, I'm going to be blasting Eldritch Blasts at this guy.
All right.
I'll try and hit him with 3 Eldritch Blasts. It's a
It's true, if we're still on
30,
horseback, is that effective?
Hits.
We can actually move 6.
28
Hits.
and a 20.
Hits. All hit.
Alrighty, so we'll hit him with Eldritch Blasts. That is 10, 15,
You fire arrows from one horseback. Is there any-
Disadvantage? No, there's not any.
23 plus 15.
You can take some feats that give you like buffs for these.
So 38 points of damage.
All right. So you sort of fire 3 Eldritch Blasts. And again, they are now a different color. They are a sort of lighter blue color, sort of a ocean blue. As you sort of fire into this creature, and sort of pummel him with 3 Eldritch Blasts.
And that'll be the end of my turn. I'll have moved and done that. No bonus action.
All right. All right, so you sort of ride down on your horse, sort of firing out these Eldritch Blasts. Aris, is now your turn.
I'd like to sort of ride my, well, I'll just jump off the horse because I don't really need it. And then I'm gonna run over there and with well maybe I'll have the horse follow me over there so the Fae can come with me and then have him jump off. Then we'll jump off, send the horse back. Thinking move like another 20 feet. So I'm gonna move back 20 feet. Try to stay out of the path. And then I'd like to I'm gonna pull out my cross. Oh, then I'm gonna start my blades on, so start doing my little jig. Fire my crossbow 3 times at the
All right.
the Hydra because I get Dread Ambusher.
All right. So Aris sort of rides his horse down. He sort of hops off. He sort of smacks the horse in the butt. He sort of whinnies and rides off, and then he begins to sing in his head. I would do anything for love. I would do, and so he's sort of jamming out like that, like almost like Star-Lord in Guardians of the Galaxy. He pulls out his crossbow and fires 3 crossbow bolts.
Okay. So that is a 21, a
Hits.
25, and a 26.
All hit.
Okay. So the first one does 9 points of piercing damage and 4 points of fire damage.
All right. All right. 9 and 4, right?
The next one does 10 points of piercing damage and 6 points of fire damage.
All right. So you said 10 and 6.
And the third one does sorry, I need one more. Ambush here. The third one does 15 points of piercing damage and 3 points of fire damage.
All right. So you said 15 and 3?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. So you fire 3 crossbow bolts. They sort of strike the creature. And one of its heads sort of falls off.
Great.
We got him.
How could it live with only 4 heads?
What type of damage was the second type besides the
Fire.
Okay. All right.
It was piercing and fire.
Okay.
The fire head falls off.
All right. And then that ends your turn, Aris?
That ends my turn. Yeah.
All right, Girthy, you are now up.
All right, I'm running on my horse. Not on my horse. My horse is running me.
All right. So
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55. I think that's 60.
And technically, you use half your movement to dismount, and then you can use your rest of your movement.
Okay. So I was going to dismount and say, I'll be back.
all right.
And I'll start trudging through the water until I have to start swimming. So if it's half to dismount, then 5, 10, 15, 20.
All right.
I'll make it up close to the.
Good luck.
All right.
All right. All right.
Melee.
Drug under.
It is now Wilfred's turn.
Who's playing Wilfred?
Wilfred would probably, I guess, sit in the back, and if he gets in cantrip range, cast cantrip.
Yeah, sounds like a plan.
I don't know what his
I like
cantrip ranges are though.
I don't know what his abilities
I
are.
don't know.
I'll look it up.
He could cast bless on people too. I know
That's
that.
true.
But if he's on a horse, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. That gets him to 50. Let's go ahead and just move him to 60 in case he'd want. I mean, bless would give him, I think, 30-foot range around everything.
Right.
We can't quite get everyone. I think his guiding bolt or whatever, or sacred flame, is only 60 feet.
So
I think Guiding Bolt's like 190 or 120 feet, but
There's a spell cast, I guess.
Yeah.
Cast a spell for him. But I don't know. I feel like whenever he gets in range, just doing the cantrips might be the easiest for us since we don't
Sure.
quite know what he took.
Yeah.
But I guess he could cast bless. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I'm too far away.
I just haven't do cantrip this time. We'll see how.
He'll cast light on his shield.
How
There we
That
go.
sounds like something he would.
about
do.
how many holds a cantrip until he's in range?
okay.
Yeah,
all right.
Wilfred-
yeah.
Yeah.
Wilfred has so it's 60 feet for Toll the Dead and
Sacred Flame.
Firebolt or something, or sacred flame.
yeah,
Mhm.
Sacred Flame is
I think also 60.
it's also 60. Yeah, plus 60.
So he'll just hold an action for 60 feet for a cantrip spell.
Okay, so he is holding an action for which cantrip spell?
Firebolts, sure.
yeah,
It might be
Yeah.
fire damage, but
Well, that's
Oh.
Sacred Flame. He can.
or yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that one.
Okay, 1 second. Okay, so that ends Wilfred's turn. So he's holding a cantrip. He's not going to do anything with his bonus action or his. He's used his movement, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, I don't know what he can do, so
Mhm.
that makes.
And then bonus action, you cast him like spiritual weapon if you want to do that, but only at 60 feet.
I don't. I think it's.
Yeah, I think we're
conservative
okay.
stuff.
Trying to keep track of that on top of everything else
Yeah.
All right. So
for now.
now it is the Hydra's turn. Hydra's going to go 5, 10, 15,
Yeah.
20, 25, 30,
Oh, yeah.
5, 10,
Backwards.
15, 20, 25. There.
Like, I assume I'm like treading water at this point. Like I'm.
It's sort of like it's sort of like a marshy bog or so. So again,
Okay.
so again, you guys are sort of getting on into sort of the beginning of sort of the pass, like the Silt Basin Pass.
Okay.
And then when you get there, it is sort of a swamp, it's sort of a boggy area. But it's also not. Again, this isn't.
It would be like difficult terrain almost. for
Yeah. I think
small creatures.
yeah, I would say it's probably difficult terrain if you're large or medium or smaller. But again, it's also you're not like sinking up to your neck in mud and stuff,
Yeah,
right?
I'm bending both my hands trying to tread water.
Right, correct, yeah. Yeah, so it's going to do that. Now it'll end its turn. Now it's the Trixie Fae's turn. What do you want the Trixie Fae to do? Yaris?
What's wrong with the Trixie Fae? I guess the Trixie Fae is just going to teleport next to me. I mean, do you want to put some sort of marker on the screen just so we can keep track of them? Or can we do that? I guess
You can stamp.
Well,
something.
let me see if
see
I
how-
have. I believe I have a Trixie Fae token, don't I? From previous times with this.
Wait, now that we're. Annotate, you could stamp something, but then if the screen moves, the annotate doesn't move with the
Right.
background.
Nice.
Into the background.
Yeah.
I'll just animate something for right now.
And
So,
I think the camera's tied to Will, right?
Looks like it.
maybe a smaller thing.
Oh, it's really hard to see that.
Yeah, that one's hard to see.
You can change the color at where it says format. I don't know if it'll let you change one that you've already made.
I can write it there. That's not so bad.
Yeah, it's better.
You can see it.
Okay.
The select button might let you actually drag it around the screen. The one beside the mouse,
Oh, thank you.
if you're moving it.
Thanks.
Oh, nice.
Okay. So yeah, I think the Trixie phase is going to hang out maybe here after
All right.
after he casts dark. He'll teleport next to me, cast darkness,
Mhm.
and then kind of just move away a little bit.
All right. Sounds good. So your Trixie face sort of casts darkness on you, and he sort of moves away, sort of into the sort of darkness. Or sort of into the swamp. He sort of flies away. All right. Now the Hydra will take one of its legendary actions to attack Gerthang.
Yep.
Does a 28 hit?
Yes.
All right. Um, and then oops. Second.
Never done sharpshooter,
Yeah.
but you have it.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
So that is 12 points of damage. 12 points of piercing damage.
Yeah. Even
And then can you make a Constitution saving throw for me, please?
Whoa.
that's not bad either. Con saving throws or like
Counter spell. Oh no.
ooh, a nat 20 for a 31.
All right, so yeah, as sort of one of these Hydra heads sort of lashes out and grabs you, you sort of feel this poison sort of pulse through you. You sort of just shrug it off, sort of like sort of like flex, and you can see sort of the poison just sort of seep out of the wound, no problem.
You ever flex so much poison backs out of your body?
Hey, I think that's
How that works.
Yeah.
All right, Urdak is now your turn.
Alright, I will bonus action now that it's within range, cast Hunter's Mark on it.
Yep.
And then,
So how many heads does it have left?
It has 6 now. It
Nice.
originally had 7. And because it lost one last turn, now it's 6.
I'm gonna do a sharpshooter attack this time.
Okay, go for it.
That's a 13.
13 to hit.
Oh,
That misses.
You 13 hits?
Yeah, 13. I said 13 to hit.
oh yeah. that's
13 misses. If
right.
it's,
Oh. Like,
I got confused because it was so low. I was just but all right, go ahead.
Fire at him again
All right,
with another sharpshooter attack.
all right, go for it.
Yeah, sharpshooting used every time.
Oh yeah, that's 23.
23 hits. Yeah, go for it. Go ahead and roll some damage.
keep taking damage.
All right, that's 4 points of electric and 27 points piercing.
All right. Right, so sort of fire from a sort of up on this sort of like this hill in the swamp. You sort of fire one, sort of streaks down, sort of strikes the Hydra, sort of shocks it a little bit, do a decent amount of damage to it.
And I'll just take a couple of steps back away from the water here.
All right.
Hit those, yeah, that one again.
All right.
Ingvar is now your turn.
Alrighty. As I continue riding on Shadowfax, I will cast Crown of Stars,
Mm-hmm.
and the 7 motes will pop above my head
Yep.
as I ride by here. So that's my action. I'm gonna use my bonus action to use one of them.
Mm-hmm.
Try and hit it. Geez. Yeah, well, it's a good thing that I haven't used the spell yet, and I'm still getting used to it because that was an @1.
All right. So as you're sort of riding down the Shadowfax, you sort of cast this spell, and again you're now tapping into a different force. It's not Benthus anymore. It's something else. Something else has now sort of entered your domain in this sort of
Yeah.
And less aggressive.
and sort of it begins to sort of as you sort of like this new almost cosmic power appears, and sort of these like a halo of sort of white floating motes of light being to sort of spin around your head, sort of orbiting your head. So one of them sort of streaks off and then doesn't again go towards the Hydra, but strikes in front of your horse, sort of sprays sort of sludge all around you and sort of scatters mud and muck everywhere.
Well, my horse reins up after the scare that it had, just
Ah!
calm it down, and that's the end of my turn there. So,
All right. The Hydra will now use a legendary action to hit you, or at least attempt to hit you, Girthing.
Okay,
That is an 18. It's an 18 hit.
that does hit.
All right. Then that is another 12 points of piercing damage.
Listen.
Okay, you make another Constitution saving throw, please.
All right, another con save. Not gonna be near as good as my last one. That's a 12.
That is a failure.
So that one.
2 natural ones in a row.
One went from a 22 or 1. So.
Hey,
That is 11 points of poison damage.
Huh. It's not as bad as I thought. 11 points takes me down to there.
I thought you were getting eaten.
Yeah.
All right. Aris, is now your turn.
Okay. So I would like to, while I'm hiding in this little patch of darkness that my Trixie Fae created, with
Mhm.
my white beard flowing, that other people can kind of see. I would like to pick up my crossbow that looks kind of like Gandalf's staff,
Mhm.
and then shoot him 3 times. And since I'm in darkness, do I get advantage?
Yes, you do because he doesn't have blind sight.
So I'm gonna sharpshoot 3 times.
All right.
This one is a 23 to hit,
23 hits.
and that does 16, 18, 23 points of damage.
All right. 23 points of damage.
Second one is a 22 to hit,
22 hits.
and that's a little better. So that does 30 points of damage.
30 points of damage. All right.
The third one, ooh, that's bad. That's probably gonna miss. That'll definitely miss. That's 12.
12. All right. So that one does not hit. No.
Yeah.
So I had this.
And some of that damage was fire. I can tell you. I think 13 points of it was.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. Go ahead.
So I had this sort of this swirl of sort of darkness. So this like sort of sphere of pitch black that has appeared around Aris. 2 bolts come flying out and sort of strike the Hydra. One also comes flying out and sort of strikes a tree branch and sort of just embeds itself in a log on the way in there. and then you hear a voice say, "The dark fire will not avail you."
Man, if only he wasn't in the darkness.
And then another head will fall off. So there are only 5 heads left.
Okay.
Um,
I'm gonna go ahead and just move a little closer as well. Move.
how large is the sphere of darkness that the Trixie Fae casts?
I'm sorry.
How large is the sphere of darkness?
It's 5 feet, so it's
5 feet.
small.
All right, so you dart out of it,
Yeah.
appearing as Gandalf with your flowing robe and your wizard's hat and staff.
Oh, where do I want to go? Huh. Sure, we'll go there.
Is now Girthing's turn. Girthing, what do you want to do?
On bonus action raging.
Yeah.
there
Alright.
are- Floats through my vein. And then I will just take 2 big swings with my trident.
Go for it.
I'll just roll them both at the same time. All right, so that is a 22 and a 21 to hit.
Both hit.
Great. 14 points on the first one.
All right.
Interesting. And then a grand total of 10 on the second one.
And total of 10 on the second one. All right. All right. So you sort of stab twice with this spear. Or sorry, you stab twice with your sort of your drowned titan that has been no longer cursed, and you sort of stab once, sort of stabbing this sort of this greenish blood begins to sort of flow out. You stab again, and he sort of looks down at you in fury.
I might just swing around 5, 10, 15, 20. Staying like at the same range band I was and just kind of take some steps.
Okay.
Kind of reposition.
All right. That ends your turn.
Yep.
Great thing. All right. Now it is Wilfred's turn.
So I think Wilfred should cast Sanctuary on Girthing.
Sanctuary. I think it means I can't attack either.
It just means that it just means you break Sanctuary when you attack.
Oh.
So you'd be protected this round. I don't know. What do you think?
That sounds good.
I mean,
Okay.
he'd probably just shift and attack someone else like me, but hey.
Yeah, you never know.
All right.
Girl things are right there, so
Should he have attacked when the thing got close? Did he have a?
yes,
A
whatever.
cantrip is like a D6 or something like that.
Never mind.
Actually, it's 3d8.
No, well, I guess he could do that.
Yeah, that
I
sounds
think
pretty good.
he could do
Can
both.
Wilfred he said he was holding his cantrip?
Yeah, it would have activated it. Yeah. Go ahead. So
Was
it's
it-
like so it was it was his dex saving throw, right? Because it was
I think so.
I think that's what it
he was holding
Sacred Flame.
Sacred Flame, right? Yeah. Okay.
That sounds right.
That's a natural 20.
Oh,
All right, well,
well,
is it half damage?
he needed a 19, so that's pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah. But no, it does nothing on a
Because it's just a cantrip.
Yeah. Mhm.
That makes sense. And then
That's
you
cool.
said cast in Sanctuary, whatever level spell that is.
Yeah. It's a first level spell.
Nice. He's got a bunch of those.
So it's and so yeah, I think So what Wilfred would like to do is cast Sanctuary on Girthang, and then he'd like to try Sacred Flame again because
Okay.
it's Sanctuary is a bonus action.
All right. So you cast Sanctuary on Girthing. And Girthing is sort of shrouded in this sort of this
Actually,
yellowish.
He's not casting Sanctuary because he doesn't have it. He doesn't have it prepared, so no, he can't do that. Never mind.
All right.
Sorry about that.
All right. He does not cast Sanctuary.
Okay, so yeah, but can he still cast Sacred Flame?
Yes, he still can cast Sacred Flame.
Okay, so that's what I'll do, right?
Yeah, that's good. Sounds something like he would do.
Yep.
That I believe is a failure.
Okay, who wants to roll damage? It's 3d8 plus 6.
I only have 2.
Why don't we? Okay, let's all roll one, except
I got
Girthing.
one. Yeah.
Except- okay,
I'll
ready?
be the +6.
Oh,
I got
Not great.
oh dang, I got a 7.
2.
So that's
17 plus 6 is 23.
Wow.
26 fire.
Look at that. Blasting. So anyways, it started blasting.
Actually, it's radiant. No, is it fire? I think it's
It might be radiant.
It's Hydra. Or no, it's sorry, it's fire.
Oh, interesting. That makes sense too.
Mhm. I'm pretty
It
sure.
doesn't seem like it should be fire.
It is a sacred flame.
I was-
It is radiant damage.
It is
actually.
radiant damage. Okay, well, that doesn't make any difference. But how much radiant damage again? I'm sorry.
23.
23 points of radiant damage. Nice.
Yeah.
He gets to add his wisdom modifier to
Eldritch Blast is a cantrip. You can do
Yeah.
max of like 60.
Yeah.
You hit like everything.
Right.
It's at max level.
Well, I know.
Well, Eldritch Blast is kind of the best cantrip in the
It's-
game.
The only thing that warlocks get that are sufficient for
Yeah,
damage,
yeah,
like
but it's-
consistent.
Is that
Yes.
60 if you crit, or is that?
It's because it's
Nope.
my level, it's initially is 1d12 plus your, oh yeah, 1d10 plus your spellcasting modifier, the charisma modifier, so could be 15, but at the highest level, like 17th level, you get 4 hits. So you get 1 hit on the first level, and then like level 12. You
All
get-
right. So that ends Wilfred's turn.
Yeah.
It is now the Hydra's turn. So the Hydra will pivot.
Pivot.
He'll pivot 5, 10. He'll make 3 attacks against you. ARs.
Okay, that's fine.
So
You can make one of those.
the first one is a 26.
Shield,
Okay. Second one is a 29.
29 hits.
All right.
Hey, Lily, that's my AC.
Sheesh. What shield?
That is 10 points of piercing damage. Can you make a
Okay,
Constitution saving throw for me, please?
yeah, I can't fail, but, oh no, I guess I could have gotten it. That's, yeah, 16, 20. I
Okay.
usually. Oh,
All right.
no, I'm sorry, you said Constitution.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
still 20. I still have to make a concentration too for my fade.
Okay.
Yeah, which is still fine.
Right. And that is a natural 1.
Yeah.
All right. Then we'll make 2 attacks against you, Girthing.
Sure.
So the first one is 15.
Misses.
Second one is a 19.
That'll hit.
All right. And that is 10 points of piercing damage. Can you make a Constitution saving throw for me, please?
10. That's a 24.
24 saves, so no damage. Again, both sort of these heads lash out at you. So one is sort of lunging for ARs. He casts shield and it sort of parries 2 of the heads. One sort of sneaks around the shield and sort of grabs his ankle, sort of bites it. Then 2 sort of lash out towards Girthing. Girthing sort of grabs one in his arm, and then the second one sort of wraps around, sort of bites one in his chest, and he sort of again, but both ARs and Girthing sort of push the points now as it sort of begins to pulse through them, so it sort of begins to damage them. Then it's the Hydra's turn. It's now the Trixie Face turn.
Okay, Trixie Bay is going to move up to the Hydra
Mhm.
and make 2 attacks. So I can.
All right.
In a moment. So that is. Ooh, well, first one's in that one.
All right.
Second one though is a 23 to hit,
23 hits.
and he does 15 points of
Nice.
piercing and force damage.
All right. And I realized I should have been doing something else a minute ago. But we'll start doing now. So as sort of the Trixie Face sort of strikes into the Hydra and sort of begins to sort of damage it, sort of cutting it open, you sort of blood sprays out, and I need everyone within 5 feet of the Hydra. Will take
Okay.
6 points of acid damage.
6 points.
Just
Okay.
take it.
Oh, yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, I made my Constitution save. I need anything but a 1. So I
Right.
made.
All right.
6. You said 6?
Yeah.
6
Yeah.
points, yes. And at the end of the Trixie Face turn, the Hydra is going to use its
Oh. Wait, it's not done yet. It
Oh,
just
okay.
wants to. Trixie Faye wants to.
I may have slept again.
Yeah, sorry, teleport. Sorry, he's going to teleport behind me.
Cast
Teleport
hand
behind me. Cast magical darkness on me, and then sort of move away to, like, let's say here.
Okay. Cast Magical Darkness is a bonus action?
It's something. A Trixie Faye gets to do every turn. When he
Okay.
teleports, a Trixie Faye can cast. Sorry, it's not the spell, but he can create a 5-foot magical darkness in
Okay.
any space every time he teleports, and he can teleport every turn.
Okay. I understood. All right. So the end of the Trixie Face turn, the Hydra is going to do an acid spray attack. And so you are 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So it's going to spray acid here.
Oh.
And I need everyone in a 5-foot radius of that to make a dexterity saving throw, please.
Good, my favorite.
So that's Wilfred and
Wilfred and Eivor, yes.
I'll roll with it. I failed.
All right.
Dex is great.
Angler.
I rolled a 4, so I think the 5.
He +1 for Wilfred.
I got an 11.
All right. You both failed. So that is
Field mastery.
Even if he does, that would be gonna matter.
Oh, he might be able to take half as a reaction.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Not that.
there's 21 points of acid damage.
Nice.
21.
That's a lot.
So he's down to 100. I don't know if we can edit his health points.
I don't know.
All right. Erdek, you are back up.
Alright,
In my shirt.
I will continue firing away at the Hydra.
All right.
Sharpshooter attack.
Sharper.
That's
Not a good one.
it's a 14.
14. All right. 14 misses. Sorry.
Fire again.
All right. Go for it.
Alright, that's a 23.
23 hits.
Two points of electric and 34 points of piercing.
Wow. Good.
Oh, almost max.
Nice.
And I'll just
All right.
let me oh no, since he's doing a lot of AoE attacks,
He's doing the something.
scoot over this way a little bit.
Yeah.
Alright,
Right. So Erdek sort of pulls back his bow, sort of fires once, sort of sparks over, sort of the darkness bubble that's just appeared around Aeris and sort of splashes in the water harmlessly. Second one sort of fires, sort of strikes the creature, sort of does some damage to it. You can see one of the heads sort of recoil in shock, sort of as it's hit by one of these bow blasts,
Bowens.
bow arrows. There you go. His bow and these electric arrows. Then it's your turn, Erdek.
Yep.
All right, Eivor, you're now up.
Nice. As I'm gaining control after my failed star,
Yep.
he kind of reins up again after getting acid splashed.
Mm-hmm.
I'll try and run away from the acid splash, kind of come over here. And I'll hit him with 3 more Eldritch Blasts.
All right, go for it.
Try 2, that is a 20, a 22, and a 22.
It's a 20, 22, and 22. So yeah, I'll hit.
8, 7, 15. No, just one. 15 plus 7. Not 6. What is it? 37 points of damage.
All right.
Boom on that, and then I will also use my bonus action to shoot one of the stars at him as well.
Nice.
All right, go for it.
And that one will hit. That is going to be a 30.
Wow.
Yeah, it hits.
What do you need?
Some D12s.
D12.
And 3 more.
Are we supposed to be taking acid damage each time we get hit?
Oh yeah, with piercing. So yes, you guys should take let me all right. So because of the because of Erdak's bow, you guys should have taken Girthing and ARs, you guys take 8 points of acid damage.
Right
Okay.
there.
9, 8, 7, 6, 7, 9, 8, 7, 6.
Did you get all the details you need?
Yeah.
Okay.
That is
it was
8?
15 and 15, right? Yeah. So 30 points of radiant damage.
All right.
Star.
So one of these motes of light that's sort of circling Ingvar's head sort of arcs down, sort of strikes the Hydra. After these sort of now blue, sort of light blue electric blast sort of strike the creature, one of them just sort of strikes the creature. You see this like this molding sort of like this sort of burning sort of stump of where a head once was that was just incinerated by both that was been sort of killed by by Erdak's bow, and now it's been incinerated by Angvor's moat of the crown.
That's my turn there.
All right. Now it's going to make a legendary action against you, Girthing.
Yep.
That's a 13, so that misses, I assume.
Yep.
All right. So it sort of strikes out at you, but it starts oriented from all the damage you guys done to it. It does no damage. Now Aris, is your turn.
Huh. Okay. I'll look at Girthang and see, and kind of see if he's ready to take a little bit of acid damage.
Oh, I'm great.
Okay. The first thing I'd like to do is I guess cast Toll the Dead at him.
All right. So that is a
Let's say 17 wisdom save.
wisdom saving throw. Oh, that's a natural one. That's a failure.
Okay, so he takes that's not a very good roll though. 11 points of necrotic damage.
All right.
And then I guess I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna shoot him. I guess I'm gonna go ahead and move back
Mhm.
some and move back, a little bit out of his range, and then maybe over here. Yeah, move back out of his range, and then shoot him twice. Twice. I'll go ahead and make these sharpshooter, even though I don't get advantage.
All right.
Let's see what happens.
All right. Go for it.
So the first one I think is going to miss. Well, I may miss. It is a 17. The second one is a 25.
17 misses. What's the
25.
25 hits? Yeah.
Okay. So 25 does 9, 12, 28 points of piercing and fire damage. Nice.
28.
Yep.
All right. So another head sort of drops off, and now it's down to 3 heads.
And that was some piercing damage.
Yeah, and then it's going to do. So Girthing, you are hit with another 12 points of acid damage.
Ooh, ouch.
And does that end your turn, Aris? Because that was
That was my turn. Yep.
Like
that was you cast a cantrip and you fired
2 attacks. Yep.
twice. Yeah.
For my
Okay.
bonus action. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. All right. Then is Girthing's turn.
I'm whacking him.
All right, go for it.
I'll reckless. Why not? He's been hitting me anyways. Because the first one's a 15 to hit.
15 misses.
Second one. So close. That's like a 30 to hit.
30 hits. Yeah.
D10. Uh, 17 points of piercing.
All right, that'll do it.
Oh wow.
Nice.
So you take 7 points of acid damage. And you sort of stab through the creature and sort of collapses dead.
So, is there anything we can salvage on the Hydra? IRs will just go around, look around, see if
Yeah,
there's
make an investigation check.
I can try to drag him out of the swamp.
I don't know if I would know what to salvage. Ooh, and nat 20, so that's a 29.
If you wouldn't.
All right. So as you are investigating this Hydra, you are able to retrieve 2 Hydra fangs with Hydra venom on them. You think that maybe this could add some poison damage to a ranged weapon.
Oh, so Hydra fangs. Okay, I'll pick the 2 up and I'll look at them as I'm examining. Like,
Mhm.
yeah, this looks like it could be useful. And then I'll call Erdak over. What do you think, Erdak?
Yes, I think those could be very useful.
So I'll hand Erdak 1, and then I'll keep the other for myself.
I didn't
All
smash. Didn't smash his head in well enough, apparently.
It's a Hydra fang. Do we know how much damage, or are you just gonna wait on that?
It will add 2d4 poison damage.
And is it one application or how?
So it's probably gonna, I need to think about that for a minute. But it will be multiple applications. It'll probably be something like 5 or 10.
Okay.
Right. So as you guys slay this Hydra, the scared travelers begin to sort of return from where they were fleeing to.
I mean, should we get the caravan first before the people get it, or wasn't that our plan?
I mean, probably some good stuff in there.
We should probably go over there and see.
It's probably good just to make sure
see
that they're all right.
if there was any injuries before we got there.
All right. So you guys begin to approach the caravan. You see an eclectic band of sort of how do we describe these people? They're dressed in sort of colorful clothing. It's sort of brightly colored. They're sort of they're like their wagon is sort of covered in sort of bright sort of red covering. They're sort of dressed in these sashes and sort of turbans. They're sort of both the men and the women wear makeup, sort of mascara and sort of some makeup. You see them sort of smile, beaming at you as you approach them.
Right, if you hurt, are you all right?
No, we're good. We're good. Thank you.
I hope that wasn't anybody's pet Hydra there.
Oh, no.
It was trying to attack you, but I just want to make sure.
And so they also the lead guy will sort of approach you, so sort of will bow very smoothly, very gracefully, and you'll approach whoever is in the lead.
We'll say it's at Angkor.
All right, so Ingvar, as he approaches you, he will sort of extend his hand for a handshake.
I'll shake his hand.
All right, he will attempt to steal from you. That has a natural 20 on his sleight of hand check for a 30. And he will steal one small item from you.
Nice.
A copper piece.
What sort of small items would you have on you?
He could have
A cursed ring?
yeah.
No.
Periton horn. He could have a little piece of my adamantite, a couple pounds of jorhide, a worm tooth, he could take some dialect fruit.
All right, yeah, he will palm a old dialect fruit from you. As you sort of approach him, he will sort of slip his hand into your bag and pull out with dialect fruit.
Well, what are you guys doing out here?
Oh, we are just traveling. We are the travelers. Have you heard of us, the traveling people?
The traveling people. We are also traveling people. I know of no such name. That is a very confusing term to call yourselves as.
Are we one of them?
Your group, I'm not sure.
Where are you all traveling to?
To Port Damali. To spread our wares and to sell our goods.
Yes.
In the great marketplace of Port Damali.
Yes. It is a good trading port, and you will find good traders there and plenty of people to buy your wares, I'm sure. We just came from there.
Oh, excellent. We wish to go to the we wish to sell our wares in sort of the beaded alley and sort of the different marketplaces there. Perhaps develop some acquaintances. Do you know of any top end shops there that might be willing to buy top end goods?
Well, the Wizard's Chronicle will give you some sweet shades.
All right, thank you.
I will list off a couple very seedy and shady shops that probably won't try and rip him off.
Okay,
I-
right,
Felt myself being stolen from.
right.
And I've been in Port Damali long enough, and I'll list off a few shops. And I'm like, well, yeah, I mean, I was born and raised on the Menagerie Coast. So I know Port Damali well. Here are probably a couple shops that I think would suit you personally.
He sort of again bows, sort of again. It's a little bit too much. Sort of very sort of dramatically sort of bows to you, and he says, "Why, thank you. What is your name?"
It is Malith.
Maleth. He will roll a history check.
What?
Oh, Maleth. Maleth Bronto?
It is Malith.
He sort of looks over his shoulder at his companions.
Mm.
Sort of looks back. That's a very well-known name in these parts, perhaps.
I'm sure it is my name. I'm unsure as to the knownness. I mean, I'm born and raised on the Menagerie Coast. I know a few people in the area, but I do not proclaim to be a well-known person. No.
I swear I've seen your picture before somewhere.
But I still look like
Okay.
what's his face?
Oh, you still look like
Legolas.
you still look like okay. All right, sorry. So he sort of looks and he says, He will cast a detect magic, and everything will light up on you.
A lot of magical things on me, so
Yeah. So he'll look at you and he'll say, Very interesting. Very interesting. Well, as I said, I believe I've heard that name before somewhere.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Interesting.
I also step up and say, well, excuse me, you may have heard of me as well. As you can tell, I'm a famous wizard and all. I've been to Hobbiton. But I noticed that you cast detect magic a moment ago. Was there a reason for that? Because you didn't try to hide it, right?
No, you didn't try and hide it. No. Well, you see, unfortunately, that well, what can we say? Maleth Brontel is a well-renowned character in the Menagerie Coast, and so I just wanted to see if perhaps this individual is not who he appears to be.
Insight check.
Yeah, making such a
So, sorry, my app is coming up again, but it's going to be really high. Okay, insight is, let's say 22.
he's lying through his teeth.
And I'll lean into him and I'm like, I don't want to be overbearing at all, that I am, but we did just save you from that Hydra. Unless you want to meet a face worse than that, you will stop lying to us now and tell us what you know.
See your dad?
Make an intimidation check, ARS.
No, I'm not good at these. I'm not good at these. That's a 5. So as I'm saying that, my beard is kind of blowing.
Like a little fake beard.
He sort of leans forward and he sort of like how tall are you, ARS?
I think so. Let's say he'd be like about 7, maybe 6 and a half, 7 feet as a
Okay.
wizard. As you
Okay.
discussed, so we'll say 7 feet as a wizard.
Okay. So he sort of leans towards you and he says, You may be a wizard, but in the Menagerie Coast, the merchants, the traders, the thieves are king. Then he will try and swipe something from you. That is a 25 sleight of hand check.
Okay, against my perception.
Yes.
Oh, that's not very good. So that's a 11.
All right. One small item.
I have string. So how about I roll for it?
All right.
I'll say anything sort of small, which would be like. I'll put the
Takes your shirt off your back.
so he gets
Wow.
1, 2, 3, 8. A flask of oil.
All right, so he palms a flask of oil from you as you were attempting to intimidate him.
Okay, and of course I don't notice it,
Right.
but I'll say, I don't really want to attack him, but let's try and think what else I can do.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say I'm gonna cast command, and I'll say, you will tell us what you know. So that's
All right.
That's
What's
a 17 wisdom saving.
Wisdom
throw.
saving throw. Okay. Oh, cocked. That is a 14. And then you will sort of say, "I will tell you what I know."
I was born on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say you will tell us what you know about because basically it's only going to be like a short time, right? So
right.
We'll tell us what you know about Malith.
Right. So he says, Malith is a wanted criminal in Port Tamale along the Madri coast. He is wanted for murdering the husband of the Marquis of Port Tamale.
And that's probably all I get. And I'll say, well, thank you, my good man. You were very helpful after all. And then I'll back away.
All right.
Well, you're coming from the way we went. Any happenings from where you left? Anything we need to watch out for up ahead? I mean, other than maybe hydras jumping out of the water.
I think there's a tabaxi named Bricksalt who lives in sort of a hermit hut. Stay clear of him.
Stay clear. Just bad news. Just don't go around. I mean, hermits are, flipping the coin.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think we ran into much trouble up ahead, so you should be able to, make your way okay.
All right. Well, thank you. And he sort of leans forward, and he will attempt to pickpocket you as well, Gerthing.
Can I make a perception check to see if I know anything?
I have
Sure.
no way. I'm probably my passive is a 9.
All right. Oh dear, that's a natural 1.
Oh, I might still lose.
It's a 12.
It's a 12. Okay, I have pretty bad odds.
Do it.
I rolled a 7.
All right.
I rolled a 15.
All right. So you see it. So one small item from you, Gerthing.
One small item. I got a lot of small items. I've got the shades on my face. I've got.
He's not gonna take the shades off your face.
A couple of diamond rings. A scroll. I don't know what the scroll is. Tiamat symbol. It would be fairly small. What else do I have?
You'll see he takes one of the diamond rings off of you. And as he's doing it, Aris, you catch him.
Okay. So I'll reach out and grab his hand, and I'll be like, "Oh, what do we have here, little thief?"
One can't blame a poor soul for trying. We all have to eat,
I understand. I understand. It's quite forgivable. Just understand if you try that again to any of our party, you'll only have 5 fingers instead of 10. And then I'll take the diamond ring and give it back to Gerthing.
All right. All right.
Well, I think we are going to part ways here.
All right. So simple enough. You guys need to sort of make your way past this band of thieves, who and begin to make your way up through the pass. As you're doing so, you reach your first night. Are you guys keeping watch? What are you guys doing?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'd like to go ahead and cast like several of my spells and good berries as well. since
Okay.
I don't know one. So, yeah, and I can keep watch for time as well.
Yeah, I can keep a watch.
Probably good enough. 1, 2, 3. We need 3. I think we need 3.
Yeah, if you
I think
go
I only
through 4
need-
hours and 4 hours
Yeah, I
or
only need
whatever.
4 hours of sleep. I can.
So yeah, I
Ooh,
think
keep watch. He's got great perception.
I'd also like to ritually cast Lehman's tiny hut so we can rest with some protection.
Nice.
Okay.
Sounds good. Keep watch.
And who's keeping watch first?
I can go first.
All right. Roll a perception check for me.
Perceive.
The 16.
16. Okay. Night appears to go by uneventfully. Your watch.
All right. Well, I didn't notice anything, ARS. So I guess you're up.
All right. Looks like kind of quiet woods. Perception check.
Yep.
That's pretty good. That's a 24.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So as you are sort of sitting, listening to listening in sort of in the dark, sort of huddled up, you can hear a sound.
Okay. Can I tell what it is, or
It's kind of like a bird call. It's like a
I like to send out my owl familiar to in the
Alright.
direction of this noise. and kind of look for-
yeah, so the owl sort of flies out, sort of swooping silently through sort of the trees. I'll make a perception check with the owl.
Something else, I think. Okay. Oh, that's a nat 20 for 23. Looks like.
23. Okay. So as it's sort of swooping through the trees, sort of gliding down, it sees this cloaked figure with what appears to be some sort of like skirt or kilt. Some sort of frills on its on sleeves. It sort of darts away as the owl is getting closer and sort of disappears into the night.
Okay, so a cloaked figure with frills on the end.
Wearing something like a dress or a skirt or a kilt or something. It's got like a hood. It's like a hood, but then on the bottom it's sort of wearing some sort of like.
Okay.
Leprechaun.
All right. So okay, and then the owl loses track of it, right?
Yes.
Okay. So he'll return, and then I'll wait until everyone wakes up, and then I'll kind of relay that information. And then I don't know who's next. Is that Angor?
And yeah, I
It was
can,
8.
I thought it was just 8 hours. If it's 2 4-hour watches.
That's true.
Yeah,
That's all
both
we're
of you
doing.
guys.
Alright.
Yeah.
Wake up. Wake up call.
Well, I wonder what that thing you're talking about in the night was.
I think we actually need one more because we each need 4 hours. So, like, if you're doing the 2-hour watch, I'm doing a 2-hour watch. We each need 2 more hours.
That
Well,
makes-
I thought I was doing 4 and then you were doing 4.
Oh, well, we could do that.
Yeah.
That works. Okay. Yeah, that's fine.
I guess the horses are still here too.
We haven't,
Looks like it.
Yeah, Liam's
any-
tiny stable.
We haven't paid any attention to
Yeah,
it.
they
I
could
guess
fit
they're
into
still
the tiny
here.
hut. Yeah.
The horses are still there.
Alright.
Where did this thing
We're not
fly
too
off
bad.
to? Where did this thing go off to? Do you know?
No, I was kind of looking through my the eyes of my owl, and
Yeah.
he just he was there a moment, and then as soon as he noticed my owl, he just disappeared into the night,
Oh.
and vanished.
Wow. Well, I'm well, sure hope whatever it is, we don't really run into it. I'm not sure what that would be.
Yeah, I don't know either. But it's a sort of hooded figure with a cloak, but then it was frills at the bottom as like a dress. So
We
don't
can
know.
go look for tracks real quick before we head out.
It's Aurelia. She's trying to find us.
He misses you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Obviously.
You should have traded scrying numbers.
I don't have this. I was thinking, I was trying to find something. I was like, is there anything I have that we can like stay in communication?
Buy a scrying
Be pen
stone.
pals.
Yeah. That's not the kind of relationship I want.
Long distance. Yeah, I'll go. If we had a general idea of where he might have been.
Yeah, I'll go
and
investigate.
see if there's
Yeah,
any
It makes survival checks, Urdak and Gerthing.
survival.
Mhm.
I feel like I should get something.
So with this, have natural.
Oh, never mind.
explorer. Are we in forest, mountain, or swamp?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you are in swamp. Yes.
Swamp and
Um, it says your proficiency bonus is doubled.
I think it's 4 right now,
So
right?
my proficiency bonus is 5. So
Oh, I'm
that'll just be an extra +5 on top of.
Yeah, I think we just went on level 13.
Numbers didn't match.
Got a 22.
22. Okay, and what'd you roll, Gerthing?
A 7.
7. All right, Gerthing, you go out there and you find a lot of mud and a little bit of quicksand that you've been sinking a little bit, and then you pull yourself out of because quicksand you don't actually sink that fast. And,
What else I was so afraid of all this time?
but Urdak, as you are sort of making your way in, you reach the point that Yaris is sort of described with his owl, and there you find some basically what look like giant bird tracks, or with sort of 3 fingers sort of in this sort of shape, and one sort of sticking out the back. So sort of like giant sort of like bird tracks.
Can I track wherever they're going or follow
Mhm.
the trail?
Yeah, definitely with 22.
Hey
Wanna
guys,
follow?
I found these tracks right here. It looks like it was going over that way. You guys want to see where it was going?
Yeah, I mean, see what's going on with this. 'cause
Better,
yeah.
They
Better
look
to
like
sneak up on them than them to sneak up on us.
one of our Aarakocra's friends. As far as the footprint.
I don't know.
Doesn't I mean how or has Urdak seen Aarakocra?
I don't know if he has.
Probably
Yeah.
not. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think
Yeah,
so.
on my natural explorer though, while tracking creatures, you learn the exact number, size, and how long ago they passed through the area.
Okay, so this is 1. It was a medium, and it passed the area last night.
Yeah. You verified it though. That's like
True.
the first step of science. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Alright,
Urdak tells that to AR, so he'll just kind of nod and then shake his
Yeah,
head.
where have I heard that before?
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'll follow along the trail.
All right, so you need to follow along the trail. And all of a sudden, the trail disappears. So you follow 1, 2, and it disappears.
Well,
And it appears again. You sort of know there's like small sort of like grove trees.
like there's some more tracks over there. They're going into those trees.
Huh.
I don't know. You want to?
You just rush right on into it,
Well, I
right?
mean, I don't know where
Can't
else.
really,
We gotta figure out what's going on. What is this?
We got to figure out what's going on.
You hear that repeated?
Or is there a can't?
Hear that repeated?
Where's that coming from? Can we tell?
The grove.
The grove.
Echo.
Well, clearly, we've been spotted. So
We've been spotted, so
Oh.
I will go ahead and peek my head into the grove.
all right. So you peek your head in the grove. Make a perception check for me.
Oh, yeah, that's That's a 31.
31. So as you sort of peek your head up in the grove, you see a large sort of what looks like a crow-like humanoid crow sort of hanging from one of the branches with a longbow sort of pulled back and aimed at your head.
I will quickly dip back out of the grove. Well, there's a crow-like humanoid in there. He's doesn't look too friendly.
He doesn't look too friendly.
Got his bow trained on the door. So,
Well, I mean,
do we want to? Are we wanting to fight or?
Are you wanting to fight or
I'm gonna say, don't shoot.
shoot?
I'll say with an echo.
Well, I mean, we can surround him. We know which trees he's in.
We all just bust in.
I could literally just walk in too.
Yeah.
All right.
That's all. I think we should just head in and see what he's gonna. He can't take all of us.
Well, I'll just bust in there.
He can't take all of us.
But I would say we're gonna go
Uh,
slowly and not make any aggressive moves.
Yeah.
Aggressive moves. No.
That was not said out loud in game, so it's not gonna repeat that. All right, so you guys are sort of being to totally slowly move into this grove.
Initiating Home Alone now.
So we sort of move in, sort of moving slowly in.
I'll point out where I saw.
Make a perception check. Make a group perception check.
Oh gosh. Hey.
Wow, that's good. Yeah, but overall, very good.
All right, Bill's roll. He should take my roll. That's a 10 plus like 15 or whatever he has.
Mine's a 15.
15, okay.
Go to 33.
33,
Wow, I got a 27.
27,
0.
0. All right, what do we roll?
I rolled a 10 on the dice, and I think he adds like
11.
11, yeah, so 21.
All right, so Erdak, and then you rolled a 21? What'd you roll? Yaris?
27.
27. Okay, so yeah, Erdak and Yaris, you guys see a variety of again these crow-like people sort of darting, hopping from branch to branch, wielding different sort of weapons. Sort of some of them like they're wearing sort of nunchucks, and sais and bows. They sort of hop from tree to tree, sort of moving along in the canopy of this grove. The rest of you guys don't see anything.
Maybe he ran off.
I'll use message to whisper. Maybe I'll just whisper to everyone that there's a whole village of them out here. The crow people.
I don't see anything.
I'm just like getting like smacked in the face with like tree limbs. Got poked in the eyeball. And, like, somewhere off.
I don't think we have any good way to communicate with them, though. I mean, could use message, but again, it's just going to be the same thing.
I mean, it sounds like they can hear us.
At
Whatever.
least speak.
Yeah, he didn't say everything I said.
They must be able to hear us at some level.
We can just say,
Come in peace.
yeah. We come in peace. What if we all repeat what all we say?
Yeah, there we go.
So one person says something and then we all say it. And then
I don't think
they're thankful.
that's worth a shot.
It's worth a shot.
It's worth a shot.
Worth a shot.
Come
in peace.
Does a
Portrait.
does a 13 hit Girthing?
No.
All right, so sort of you hear sort of whoosh, and sort of a bow sort of arrow sort of lands in front of you.
I probably don't even notice it. So
All right.
Would I have noticed that one of them shot at him?
Yes, you would.
Well, they do not seem interested in talking.
Why don't we just?
There's a lot of them. I think we should just.
I say we
leave
back
them alone.
away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. You guys being the back away.
I'd like to. What I'd like to do is take out some of, some of my rations, put a few good berries with it, and
Mhm,
then kind of leave it as, like make the motion like I'm leaving it for them as a gift,
mhm. Okay.
and then back away.
All right. So you sort of lay an offering. You sort of say, sort of gesticulate that you are backing away and leaving them alone. You mean sort of move away.
Been laced with
I'd like to
arsenic.
try to leave my flask of oil, and then I realize it's gone.
Cooked rice.
Okay.
Leave was it? Mentor or Mentos?
Mentos?
Mentos and uncooked rice behind.
Yum.
It swells up, they'll eat it.
Oh, true. Yep.
No, I don't have any rice. I guess we're backing up.
Yeah, just
Right.
kind of backing up, keeping our eyes on the tree line. It sounds like the treetops and
Yep.
trying
So
to
you
get
back away.
back to our trail.
All right. So you get back to the sorry, what was the name of it? Let's see, trail again. The Silt Basin Pass. Sorry, no, that's the name of the trail. The Gilded Roadway, which is sort of the highway that goes between Guardon and Port Tamale. So just make your way back towards it. Simple enough. You mean to make your way down.
Kind of make a mark on our map of where.
Okay.
This
This
place
is
was.
Repeater Valley.
Echo Canyon. And so as you guys are beginning to make your way sort of now again you're trying to turn around this pass, you're beginning to make your way up towards Guardon. You see sort of a small cabin on a rocky outcropping where there's some smoke sort of coming out of the top of.
You see that it looks like a cabin over there. Must be what that hermit lived, that the thief was telling us about.
If we could trust him.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's true. Maybe he was trying to keep us from
a good thing. Yeah.
Trust a dishonest man. Whatever some Jack Rivers.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure if we want to try and see who this is. I mean, we could just keep our way to Guardon. But it does sound like this must be that hut where the hermit lives that he was talking about. Supposedly a skeevy little hermit, but
Brick salt.
yeah, brick salt.
Brick salt.
We could go see him. I mean, see maybe if he could be a potential.
Maybe
maybe that's like where he gets his goods from. And he doesn't want to find
true,
out about
yeah.
it or something.
Yeah.
there's a lot of good goods.
Yeah. I mean, it's just one hermit too, right?
Yeah. What can he do?
Famous last words. Just one hermit. What can he do?
What can he really do to us?
I think it's worth. I think I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
We could, and we could leave Wolfred out in case, you know.
Yeah,
he needs
just in
company.
In case he needs to healing word all
Yeah.
his staff.
Be on lookout for us.
All right. So you begin to make your way up towards this cabin and this hermit that is sort of rumored to be living there. So you make your way up through this goat trail until you pass your way up. Well, why don't you guys just make a group perception check about.
Okay, that's
better.
infinitely better, but still bad.
Natural 20
Oh, nice.
for 35.
35, right?
5.
5.
Will rolled a 27.
All right. And Angor roll.
20.
All right. And then AR switch roll.
12.
12. All right. So Wilfred, Angvor, and Urdak, you guys see a sort of a window sort of open. You sort of see one eye sort of peek out at you guys as you approach. Oi! Oi! Who comes there? Who's coming?
Slow
Who's
down.
that?
Just
We're-
kind of.
We're kind of new in the area, and we just came for conversation and maybe.
Oi! No newcomers come near Brick Salt.
Oh,
He said brick salt.
brick salt.
Well, why is that brick salt?
I be Brick Salt.
Yeah,
I be Brick Salt.
yeah.
That's
Oi,
what
that's
you
what we
doing up
got.
here? This is my mountain. What you doing up here? Coming on my mountain.
We're traveling.
Why are you
Here.
traveling on my mountain? The road's down there. This
We
is my
did not-
mountain.
We did not know it was your mountain.
I'm sorry to say, Bricksalt, I don't think anybody can own a whole mountain.
Oh, tell that to Bricksalt. Bricksalt owns this mountain.
I am telling it to Bricksalt.
Yeah, I think I like the people that repeated everything we said better.
What are you doing up here all alone, Bricksalt?
Would you like to know? Would you?
I would.
What if we claimed that mountain?
I'll keep slowly approaching him. I'll keep slowly approaching.
Hey, stop! Stop! You're coming over. You're trespassing.
Overkill.
Well, I mean, to be trespassed, I would need to have a law officer actually trespass me. It's not trespassing until it's been
Posted.
posted by law. So you can say what you want. This is a free country. I'm a traveler here.
This is not a free country. This is Bricksalt's country, and Bricksalt's country is not free. Bricksalt's country is for Bricksalt and just Bricksalt.
I will.
You like lavender?
Oh, I like lavender. I do.
I think I got some, but we couldn't
Is
share
this a
it.
trick? Are you lying to me?
I mean, I got a whole cask, I think, still. But I mean, if we're trespassing, I guess.
I could be enticed.
Can I? So can I? Is there? You're saying he's looking through a window?
Yeah, he's looking through like a small window. Yeah.
Can I see inside the house?
Well, roll a perception check.
Like, can I see like relatively in anywhere inside the house? Like just enough to cast like a teleportation spell.
Again, I know what you're going for. You are gonna have to roll a perception check. He's just
13.
13. You know, you can't see inside. He's just got sort of like open. He's got like face pressed against it. He's peering at you.
How far away from the door would you think I am right now, or from the window?
Probably like by the Pythagorean theorem, like 90 feet.
I mean,
I will.
it's
90 feet or is it, I will cast far step and just far step 60 feet right to him, right in front of the window.
Yeah.
That's as close as I can.
Oi!
We just want to talk, Bricksalt. We just don't know who you are.
So as you sort of a point of order, as you sort of far step close towards him, you see that
800 tracks.
surrounding his house is sort of a sort of a sulfuric smell, like a hot mist sort of rising up around this area. And you see sort of these pools, sort of these pools of water sort of draining down from the mountain around Bricksalt's cabin, and pooling up. They're sort of filled with sort of this like yellowish color and sort of this reddish color.
Seems a little thick up here, Bricksalt.
Oi, you've messed up now, have you?
You may
These-
think that.
You know nothing about Guadon, do you?
Well, why don't you tell us?
You're a funny one. You know nothing about steam casting, do you?
No.
And he sort of pulls out this sort of illustrious, sort of like ornate dagger that's sort of, gosh, it's sort of, it's got this like this almost like organic look to it. So it's like it's sort of a it's a sorry, 1 second while I describe this. So yeah, it's got like a prismatic a shimmer, and you can see that it's not made of steel. It's made of something else.
Interesting.
It sort of turns in his hand. You can tell this is a glass dagger.
Nice. Well,
What's your plan now?
I mean, I don't know what you're planning to do with that, Bricksalt. We're not trying to do anything to you.
Oh, I'm not gonna do anything to you.
All right.
No, I'm not.
I don't believe you, Bricksalt.
So are the rest of us closer now?
Yeah, you guys are making your way up the goat path. Yes.
Because we're not. Yeah, I don't think we're being stealthy. We're just kind of being
Yeah.
trying to be non-threatening.
Mhm.
So I would say, hey, Bricksalt, that's a mighty fine dagger. Would you consider trading it for some lavender?
How much lavender you got?
I mean, I got this whole cask. It's not the freshest stuff because you know they dry it out, but
Make a persuasion check or
it kind
thing
of stinks and could probably use
with advantage.
and
it. What was the skill again?
oh, nice
Nice.
persuasion.
Persuasion.
It's a +0. I have 19.
19. Okay. So he says, yeah, I'm willing to trade this.
I'll let you sniff some of it first.
Do you have any catnip, do you?
Fresh out of it.
I don't think you can make any either. Yeah.
That stuff, oh, it makes me, oh, I feel young again. Anyway,
You have like hard drugs.
So I'll
yeah.
speak up and I'll say, Bricksalt, we don't have any catnip at the moment, but we will certainly keep our eye out for it. And if we find any,
I mean, if we ever come back this way,
we'll make sure to bring you some.
I'll
Yeah.
dig in my bag of holding and see if I can find. I'll pull out the last tiny little bit of sued that I have and
Alright.
say, "What about this?"
big boy,
Yeah, make a persuasion check, Eivor.
give us this whole mountain.
That's gonna be a 15.
15. He says, "Oi, I've been trying to quit suit, so, but I could use I could just have a little bit."
You are the bad influence.
Yeah, I think that's all right. I think
You can still reach out for it.
We are the people that like the dare people like going out, like, "You want some drugs
Just a little drugs. It's not that big. a deal.
for free."
Yeah.
I guess we'll just keep approaching until we're 30 foot wherever you are. You're 30 foot
Yeah.
away.
Yeah, so as you guys begin to approach again, you guys see this again. It's basically like a hot spring sort of thing. It's like you think about like mud pots or sort of like mud flats that poop, pop, pop. There's sort of like geysers that sort of hiss forth steam. This is a geothermal sort of hotspot.
Oh, got hot water.
Mm.
You know, a lot
And
of
it-
people in Lutheran don't have that.
He sort of opens the door. And he comes out with sort of a crossbow. You see sort of a grizzled old tabaxi that's sort of missing an ear. He's got one eye. He's got a patch over one eye, and he's sort of his fur is sort of all like velveteen rabbit old. This is a grizzled old tabaxi. He sort of looks at you and he says, "Aye, so you're on Bricksalt's Mountain? You follow Bricksalt's rules."
That seems fair.
We'll hear your rules. We may not agree to follow them.
Bricksalt says
Go.
you can have one item in exchange for the lavender.
What are our choices, Bricksalt? In Bricksalt's mountain.
A dagger.
So he brings
We
out.
have the mountain.
No, the mountain is Bricksalt's.
So it's available for trade.
No, this is Bricksalt's inheritance. Bricksalt's family owns this mountain and gave it to Bricksalt.
Well,
Bricksalt, what items are you offering?
So he sort of trundles forward. He sort of pulls out again a menagerie of items. He sort of lays them out in front of you. One is a sort of a jade dagger along with the glass dagger. He has sort of 5 obsidian arrows. He has a sort of a large, sort of curved, greatsword made of some sort of mithril.
Wow, this guy's packing.
And he also has sort of a sort of one sort of like how do I describe this?
Take that
What did you say?
one. Oh, I said we'll take this one.
Yeah, it's sort of like a well, yeah, he has sort of a nice boomerang as well. And then he has sort of one sort of diamond tipped arrow, like crossbow bolt.
Nice. Crossbow bolt.
Mhm. Oh.
So I'd like to pick it up and say, do you mind if I examine this brick salt? That bolt.
What are you going?
I'll tell you what. You can hold my my magical dagger while I examine it. So you get a look at something, I get a look at something.
All right.
So can I spend a few minutes, I guess, like looking at it and casting identify?
Yeah.
The boomerang is pretty cool.
So you look at it and cast identify, and this diamond crusted crossbow bolt is basically a 1-time +4.
Wow. Okay.
Boomerangs always come back.
Yeah. If you're good.
You're good.
Who's gonna use it though?
Wilfred.
Just his aesthetic.
Well, you're saying it's
A mace.
and but I also can I also just, I guess, do the same thing with the arrows, give them back the bolt and then take a look at the obsidian arrows.
Yeah, so the obsidian arrows are +2.
But there's 5 of those.
Correct, yeah.
But there's more of them.
If anyone else is interested in any of the weapons, I feel like they would be the better option. But I don't know what weapons.
I don't use those kind of melee things, so
I have great swords.
daggers and such don't suit me very well.
Right. And you have,
I've got plenty.
I think it's going to be you or I, or Dak. The +4 is this diamond bolt is nice, but again, is it a one-time use? Meaning, well, I guess
Crossbow.
I guess we'd have to see if it, we'd have to retrieve it after being used.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I would make use of any of them, but the arrows, but
I'm okay if you want the arrows, 5 shots. It's been good.
I think we're looking at those arrows, those black arrows tips.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. All right. Well,
Buger thing, it's your lavender.
the Dragonborn. You're the brains of this operation, right?
Yeah, that's what they call it.
All right. Since you're the leader, what do you want? I don't care about these other scrubs. I want to know what the brains of this operation thinks.
I mean, I've got a look that I'm going for. So I mean, that boomerang's looking pretty.
Oh, you want the boomerang? It's a very, very nice boomerang. It's a ranged weapon. It'll give you some force damage on the side.
There we go.
So can I pick up the boomerang and again give him back the arrows and take a look at it and do the same thing, cast identify?
Yeah. So the boomerang is a boomerang. But it does 1d4 force damage as well as
Regular
Sure.
boomerang.
a very good boomerang. Yeah.
That seems pretty cool. Yeah.
What do you do for range attacks?
Get closer.
You know, insults.
I think the standard fare is to take javelins as a
Yeah.
barbarian or a spear.
Yeah, hey, Bricksalt,
Oh.
you wouldn't happen to have any like some maybe tucked away somewhere any javelins? Our friend here, the brainy one, he
Mhm.
actually prefers. He has a certain affinity for javelins.
Oh, you do?
Well, I've never used one.
Why did you say so? He goes back in and he comes out with with sort of a mithril javelin.
Can I do the same thing? You know, can I identify on it to see what it is?
Yeah, so it would be a, let's see, let me quickly look at the
Those you still have to. I guess the boomerang you'd have to retrieve too. But
It should come back.
Yeah, I think it might come
Unless
back.
you like roll really bad or something, maybe.
is it dex based?
I think it is.
yeah, it is but boomerang is dex based.
Javelin.
Let's see, so yeah, it'd be javelin is 1d6, so it would be 1d6. So mithril javelin would be 2d6.
No,
Nice. Not bad.
that's one-time use or one, and then go pick it
It's
up.
not fair to treat it.
You wouldn't happen to have a couple of these for our friend because he kind of tends to throw like too quickly and then he takes a break and he throws a
What-
couple more.
What if we take the boomerang and then I'll let you keep the barrel if you throw in like 2 or 3 of those black arrows? You know, otherwise I'm just dumping it on the ground and we're going.
Roll a persuasion check.
We'll throw the barrel in the cask in.
Yeah.
It's 18.
You drive a hard bargain, you do. But I think that you make a good point. I'll give you the boomerang and 3 of these arrows for the lavender and
And
the
the cask.
suit and the barrel.
Sounds
The
good.
suit
Yep.
and the barrel.
Oh,
The cask. Yeah. The suit.
So he takes the suit from you and immediately. Ah.
Now we can go Well, now I guess we
I'll
can
say-
take
And
anything else. we
Bricksalt,
finished out.
if we do happen to come upon some catnip, you mind if we pay a visit to you?
Whatever you want to do, it's fine with me.
Yeah, we should have given the suit first. And then bartered.
Yeah.
Yeah. He gives us a boomerang. Sweet.
You're an interesting character, Bricksalt. I think we should be on our way. You really don't have much to offer us, so Yeah.
Be on your way. Where am I?
you're
Where's
on Angbor's Mountain.
Where's Bricksalt's mountain?
You got lost.
Bricksalt does not have a mountain.
Why are there? Oh, why are my hands so big?
I'll
No.
kind of try to gently direct Bricksalt back into his little hut.
He as you sort of direct him back to the hut, he trips over the doorstep and sort of falls in face first.
Close the door behind him.
Well, I'll see if I can take him to his bed and put him in bed, and then.
Alright,
and
so you
close the
sort
door.
of help him to his bed. And then you see a Bricksalt's cabin is full of these wonderful little sort of like amazing sort of woodworker and sort of like almost like toy maker. So he's sort of filled with all these sort of like these very intricate carvings and different sort of portraits of different people, as well as one of a 2-horned Angkor tribe.
Can I
Interesting.
can I ritually cast, I guess, detect magic, or and just see what's magical?
That is not magical, no.
Okay, what is magical in the shop? I mean,
So many of the weapons
Yeah.
that lie around, as well as sort of a small sort of dark stone, sort of circular stone.
And where is that? It's
Sort of,
just-
it's sort of in the corner near his bed,
Hmm.
on a bedside table.
a small dark stone.
Mm-hmm.
And here's what it is, but I'll go ahead and I'm gonna go ahead and just cast identify on that and burn the
Okay.
spells.
All right, this is a seeing stone.
Hmm.
Okay.
Um,
Right.
yes.
Okay.
Probably I could've-
I won't take it, I'll leave it there.
Mhm, yeah. It allows someone to basically video chat, to be able to
Nice.
somewhere else.
And we'll trade for some time.
And I'll take a little bit of lavender out of the thing and like put it up towards his nose and be like, the first hit's free. Leave him in his bed and make his room smell better.
Well, head back down to Guardon and get off this mountain, it's, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Right, you guys get off this strange mountain, the strange sort of geothermal mountain, and begin to make your way down towards Guardon.
And for the next for the rest of our journey, I'm gonna have Demon Chad. I'm gonna leave him in Bricksalt's house invisible.
Mm-hmm.
And every, sporadically, he's just gonna start whispering, "This is a force mountain."
All right. So,
For like the next couple days.
all right. So you guys begin to make your way down, leaving Demon Chad in Bricksalt's cabin on Bricksalt's mountain. And you guys and you guys begin to make your way towards
Yeah.
sort of the you make your way towards sort of the small city of Guardon. And at the end, sort of like near the end of the day, sort of like maybe 5 o'clock or so, you guys see the city of Guardon.
Nice.
As you guys sort of approach, Guardon is it's sort of a small city that is it's a small city of sort of wood and gold that rises from the windswept tall grass fields, cultivated farmland, and clustered trees of northern plains. The outer ring of the city, called the Anoran's Ring, is comprised of numerous domed abodes of bowed lumber and carved bark where families make their homes. The House of Sagacity, from a prestigious region where the 3 temples built for worship, also provide a variety of advanced studies to a limited student body. There are the House of Enlightenment under Ioun, the House of Invention under Moradin, and the House of Enchantment under Corellin.
What are those? House of Enchantment? House of
The House of Enlightenment,
mm-hmm.
the House of Invention,
Okay.
and the House of Enchantment.
Okay. Okay. And you said they're under different people?
Then are different gods. So Enlightenment is under Ioun,
Okay.
Invention is under Moradin,
Okay.
and Enchantment is under Corellin the Archart.
What? Corellin the Archart.
Okay.
So yeah, Ioun is so Moradin is the All Hammer, Corellin is the Archart. And Ioun is the Knowing Mistress. The Korwa Ring is the inner ring of Guardon, where business is conducted between peddlers, merchants, and craftsmen. Within that ring stands the Ornatora, a massive tower of latticed wood spiraling upward like a crafted leafless tree. Disc-like homes and chambers protrude from the tower at varying intervals, granting the wealthy folk of the city a magnificent view. The peaks of the tower house the Noldar, as well as central meeting chamber, where local political discussions take place. Sorry. And the Noldar are the four rulers of Guardon, and they rotate who is the marquis.
Nice.
This is a mostly elvish city as well. That's one of the things you will note as you approach. Again, as you approach the city of as Guardon, as we're revealing tonight's GWARDAN.
CWEA
No, GWARDAN.
AR
Guardon.
Okay.
Nice.
All right, very good. Thanks, Ian.
Yeah.
It's a really nice session.
Yep. Good stuff.
Mhm.
He did Hydra.